nice.
So relaxing. No, it's not. I'm in the wrong card.
No, you're definitely in the wrong card.
Oh.
You're in the 4. I'm in the 3.
Sorry.
Oh God, the 3 of Swords. Yeah, if you've got your nasty cards, 3 of Swords has got to be up there in that lineup. And in certain decks, it's absolutely brutal.
Oh God. Oh yes. Yes. And this I traditionally learned is heartbreak, sorrow, betrayal, just
Yeah,
all the bad stuff. This
yeah,
is where when we talk about, even though it's element air and thought and intellect, that those words can cut, or intellect doesn't come into when you're in pain. Does that make sense?
I mean, even though it is an air card, there is a great big fat heart, right, stabbed heart right in the middle of it. So it's recognizing the emotion big
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. There's some readers that refuse to say anything about emotion because it's an air card, it's an intellect card, but you can't, I mean, it's right there in your face. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. But it could mean many, many things. People can be heartbroken for such a variety of reasons. You could be
Yeah.
heartbroken, obviously, because of a relationship, or because of a loss, or because you've been rejected from a job, or
Yes.
because you've got a bad, you might be an author or something, and you get terrible reviews, or people are just have said nasty things about you, and it hurts you to the absolute core, you know. And there are certain times where the damage feels irreparable. It isn't irreparable, but it feels
It
irreparable.
does. And I don't know, there's, I'm an old girl, and I'll think of things that I've said to somebody freaking back in grade school 40 years ago or more, or things that have been said to me that still hurt
Yes, yes, yeah. But
no matter
this
when.
is really hurting you to the very core, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is very brutal. I think it's very hard to read. I have said this before, and I'm saying it again. To read this upright card, or actually whatever way, in a positive way,
Yeah.
I think it's very, very hard. Yeah, the rain is there. I mean, what could you say? How could this card be interpreted in a more light-hearted way?
The only light-hearted way I've seen it, I think it was our friend Iris in Scotland
Yes,
said that it could be a pincushion for a sewing basket and to take
yes,
up sewing.
yes,
I
yeah,
thought that was beautiful that she could see that as something for a hobby or something like that.
yeah. Okay, I'd buy that.
I can buy
I tell you
that.
what else. I tell you what else. It would be a good card if you were waiting for rain. It's like, when those awful fires happened, and if that card came, you think, thank God for that. So actually, it really
Yeah.
depends what the question is and what it is you kind of like. If something very rainy is what you were looking for, that card might be quite welcome.
Yeah. Yeah, then you wouldn't even see the swords and the heart. Like much like when you see the moon on
Yeah.
the two of swords, and that's where you go with the interpretation. It's like it's
Yes.
just with this, the heart is so in your face. It's
Yes, it
hard to
is.
see the other pieces of the card. So good
Yeah,
point.
it absolutely is. I don't know. I mean, it could even be over something material, like something that was precious to you is broken, and you're and it meant the world to you, and it's smashed to smithereens or something, and
Yeah.
and you're just absolutely kind of you know distraught by that.
A lot of people get trapped into the love triangle with this one. It's
Which,
like
of course,
it
it could
can
certainly
be,
mean that.
it
It could
can,
mean that.
but not
Yeah.
every time. I was like, yeah, not every time.
No. You
This
can
is,
be betrayed. You can be betrayed in many ways, actually. It doesn't have to be to do with a romantic relationship. You could be betrayed by a friend or a work colleague, or, you know, someone that you trusted could say, you know, I don't know, could in some way, I don't, just say something about you that is so hurtful.
yes. Oh yeah. Yeah, that is definitely, I think this is more heartbreak and sorrow. I think the Ten of Swords feels more like, well, absolute and utter betrayal.
Right.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
you always feel betrayed when your heart is broken, especially if another person's involved. But
Yes.
I think this concentrates more on that just pure pain. Like, how am I supposed to get through this?
Yeah. Yeah. Do you see any ego connected to this? You know, like sometimes when we're feeling really, really hurt, it's because of our ego has been bruised in some way. So, you know, somebody might let you down in a very nice way, but it still makes you feel that you're not good enough.
Yeah.
It hits you on a sort of deeper kind of level. It's not necessarily cheating or absolute nastiness, but it just makes you feel worthless and awful. And you know,
I think it could be. I think it could be.
and really, that's your ego.
Yeah.
That, you know, the person who's kind of let you down, who's made your heart feel stabbed, maybe, you know, maybe quite perfectly within their rights to say, I don't want you to come with me to this for whatever reason. I've chosen to go with some so and so for whatever reason, or something like that, or, you know, or I don't want you for this job. I really liked you, but I preferred so and so. And for some reason, your ego is totally wounded. You know,
Yeah.
we can be quite delicate, can't we?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Unless you're a sort of super confident person with, you know, that's so thick skinned that nothing will kind of penetrate and get through to you on a deeper level. I mean, maybe certain politicians are like that.
I want to be like that. I want nothing's
Yeah,
gonna touch me. But
yeah. I
yeah.
mean, yeah, but I mean, as human beings, a lot of us, even the best of us, can be very, very sensitive, and maybe can overreact, and it's really because of our egos.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It
I don't
definitely
know.
could have a bit of that to it. I would say absolutely. I think it would cover any kind of deep hurt. Not just a slight, not a, oh, she pissed
No.
me off because she said, but a deep hurt. Any deep hurt, whether it was ego related or loss. I mean,
Yeah,
I think that card could cover it.
I definitely think so as well. And the person who is the who has caused the hurt, assuming it is a person and not just that you've broken a precious item that you wish you had. But I think, you know, whoever it is that has caused the hurt may not even necessarily know that it has affected you that deeply. They may not have done it to affect you that deeply. It may not have been deliberate, and
Right.
it may have been done, you know, with no kind of sensitivity that you're that kind of delicate.
Yeah.
They might have just
Yeah.
touched a nerve.
I don't think, I don't know. I may be super optimistic, But I don't think people do half the stuff that hurts us to hurt us. You
I
know,
agree.
I
Yeah.
don't think people are cruel. I think that if they're our friend or they care about us, they're not out to get us. And when they do things that hurt us, the best thing to do would be, hey, was this done intentionally without attacking? Like you did this. That's you're just looking for a fight. But hey, did you do this in the way I took it? And just talk
Yeah.
it through,
Yeah. Yeah.
'cause that's hard to do without the other person feeling like you're attacking them. But
Yeah.
I found whenever I've come to somebody and said, "Hey, my feelings were hurt. Am I overreacting or am I seeing this right?"
Yeah.
Some people would be like, "Yep, you saw it right. What do you want to do about it?" Like, we're done. Right? And most of the people are like, "Oh God, no, I would have never done that to you in that way." So,
Yeah.
communication.
I do think some people are more obviously sensitive than others. There are people that appear to be confident and kind of beyond being kind of hurt, and it, you could get that completely wrong.
Oh, I would think that you would be one of the people that just totally confident and couldn't be hurt. But and I thought that for, I don't know, a couple of years, but getting to know you better, spend time with you, I think that you are more level-headed than most people. I definitely
Really?
do. Oh God, yes. But I also
So
think
that's a bit
that
of a surprise. Yeah. Oh, okay.
oh
Thank you.
yeah, very level-headed, but I also think that yeah, definitely you do have feelings that could be hurt. So,
Oh yeah, I do.
yeah, but I
And
would not have thought
I don't
that.
like it. I don't like it when somebody does kind of get no, not nobody likes it, do they? I don't like it when somebody kind of like gets through to that kind of bit part of me.
Yeah.
I don't like it at all. But
And
I'm
I
sure that everybody's like that. But yeah, no, I am just as capable of being hurt as the next person. But I think there are people that can be hurt over the slightest thing.
I get like that sometimes. I mean,
Really.
oh God, oh my God, you could say hi to me and what the hell, you crazy?
Oh
Uh,
my god.
it's rare, but sometimes I get super sensitive and there's just nothing.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is the thing. I mean, and I kind of think you need to look at this card from all of the kind of points of view, like from the point of view of the person who's been hurt or being hurt, and the person who's doing the hurting. Like, because like sometimes there is no way of continuing with the situation without somebody getting hurt.
Right.
It's just kind of like unfortunate, but the person's just going to have to deal. As much as you might try to sort of reduce the amount you hurt the person as much as possible, you can't carry on with the situation, and there is no painless way out of it. I
That's
mean,
so true.
it's another consideration for that card.
Mm.
I
Now,
mean, look at people in the love triangle thing, seriously, where somebody's fallen in love with someone else and they really don't want to hurt the original person, but at the same time it's not fair to stay in the original relationship when they've fallen out of love, they've fallen in love with somebody else.
yeah,
There is no kind of like way of that situation resolving without
without.
somebody getting hurt or disappointed or whatever. It is a difficult scenario
That's
for
true.
everybody. For everybody.
I've seen it. I've definitely seen it come up in instances where a woman is in love with a man that's already attached. And it's
Yeah.
saying that, the the f- the few times that has happened where this has come up, And it comes up often. It's been a statement of, yeah, he's not going to leave his wife. You're wasting your time. You know, he had no intention of leaving his wife because of whatever reasons he had,
Yeah.
but it hurts in that case too. The other woman hurts just as bad, maybe
Yeah.
not to the same extreme. I'm not going to go there, because if Paul left me for some other woman, I think I'd be in jail. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but there's still feelings involved. These women did not go out to find a married man. That's where I've seen some readers go into bias where, oh, you're not supposed to even be messing with the married man. Now, me, okay, no, that's not something I do. But if I'm a reading for somebody, I got no right to judge them. They're coming to me
Correct.
with their trust and their pain
Yeah.
and their questions. I got no right to judge. So I'm going to tell them what the
Absolutely.
cards and the universe tells me to tell them. So,
Yeah.
Three of Swords, I need to
The
tell you
tarot would be
this.
incomplete without this card.
It would. This is part of life. Have you ever heard of Alan Moore?
No.
He's he's a comic book writer and he's
Oh, okay.
amazing. And Morton Agerfeld asked me to read this book called Promethea. It's a graphic novel comic book by Alan Moore. And this was a really cool comic book. It was like, oh my God, it's all about this lady who became this incarnation of a goddess, Promethea. And the other Prometheas were teaching her how to be a Promethea. It's kind of complicated. But each other incarnation was a tarot suit. Like one of the
Okay.
Prometheas was the swords and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So in the fourth edition, she's with the Promethea that's of the swords, and she's walking her through this land and teaching her all this stuff. And she comes to this part where she says, "Swords cut through all the bullshit." I was laying in bed reading my comic book, and I sat straight up. I'm like, oh my God. And I could just see the Three of Swords, that disillusion. You know how when we love something, we start to love
Yeah.
them because we've built these illusions and what we see. And the Three of Swords can be seeing what something really is. And I was like, a daggone
Yeah.
comic book. And this was only like 2 years ago that I read this comic book and just
Wow.
saw it all. I was like, oh my God, the man
Mm.
is a genius. The way he writes, so simple, but makes you think. So I would highly recommend reading it to anybody who likes tarot or
Sounds really
astrology.
good.
Yeah,
That
but
really sounds good.
this is my
I don't know about
disillusionment.
this card. I don't know about this card in reverse. Really.
I've honestly, Mandy, never seen it. I don't buy the things are going to get better. It's still, things might hurt less, but it's not, it's going to take a long time to heal. Those are scars.
Yeah.
It's going to
I mean,
leave
I can
scars.
see the value. I can see the value of it if it was, if it came up in a card position where you could say you're getting over a heartbreak. But
Yeah.
other than that, I can't see. It's a brutal card wherever it comes on the timeline, and whether it's upright or reversed. But we do get over broken hearts. They do mend. They
Yeah,
do mend.
they
But they leave
do.
a scar.
And
They
I
do
don't
leave a
know
scar.
about you, but the last thing I want to hear when my heart is broken, especially if somebody's passed or died, I don't want to hear that it will get better, because in my brain it means that I'll start to forget them. You know what I mean? I don't want to forget
Well, you
them.
don't forget them. Yeah, you don't forget
Yeah.
them. You don't. I mean, you never forget them, but you do come to terms with it. The pain does lessen.
That's true. But when you're in the
having lost a few people, yeah.
uh,
Just because the pain lessens, it doesn't mean that you forget them. Not at all.
or
You
that
can
you love
actually
them any
remember them.
less.
Yeah, you can remember them in a kind of like a more an unpainful way. You know, you can genuinely remember them in happy ways and things like that. So
Right. That's true. That's true.
but that does take time, obviously. So, but no, I mean, it's an awful card. It is an awful card, and it symbolizes something. Even if something is getting better, something bad has to have happened for that to have appeared. So,
And I like what you had said just a second ago. I definitely see this card as being one to say, allow yourself to grieve. Take the
oh
time
gosh,
to
yeah,
grieve. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Have you got a card?
Oh, I do.
Another three of.
And this is from the Tarot Grand Lux by Ciro Marchetti.
Oh,
I love it.
wow.
It shows everything about that
Yes,
art shows
yes,
grief and pain. And
yes.
did you see the heart in the clouds?
Oh my God, that's gorgeous.
He's so
That is
brilliant.
absolutely gorgeous. But you know that heart is kind of glowing at the same time that it's painful. It's not dead. It's glowing somehow.
Yeah, even the heart in the original Rider-Waite, that heart hasn't deflated. It's
Yeah.
not dead. It's still
No.
yeah, it's scarred, but there's
Yeah.
it's not the end of everything. It feels like the end of everything, but it's not. Oh, look, my sky
Yeah.
matches that broken heart.
I know it does. Yeah, it really does. That's gorgeous. That is a gorgeous Three of Swords.
It really is. And just the way his or her head is down. You don't even have to see their face. You can tell they're just totally
No.
distressed.
No. Yeah.
Love that.
Oh my God. Lovely. So I've gone with the Wild Unknown again here because I think this card is horrible. I think it's really horrible. I think it's not just kind of like a straightforward pierce in the heart. It's a pierce and a twist and a twist. Like you don't do that in one stab. I think that is absolutely brutal. It's kind of like you've really ripped that heart to shreds. I think it's more severe than the Rider-Waite.
I agree.
And the fact that there's three swords, it's three swords and God knows how many twists. It's awful. And I don't know if that is recoverable from.
No, because it's also bound by the shreds of the heart. Those swords aren't going anywhere. And the blood, the original Rider-Waite, there's no blood. It's just a clean,
No.
But here, there's blood. Oh, that's brutal. That is, when you showed me that one, I was like, oh.
It's horrible. It is truly horrible. I mean, the Three of Swords is a horrible card, but this is, to me, 100 times more horrible because I feel like if you have a kind of like a clean stab, it's almost like you've been hurt with. It's been they've done it as quickly and painlessly as possible, but the hurt was inevitable. Whereas I feel this is more like torture.
Yeah, this couldn't have been anything but intended. this was intended. You
Yes.
know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So
Mm,
I just think this is a lot worse.
I agree. Oh wow.
I
I
don't want to. I don't feel the need to say any more about it really, because we've already said all of the Three of Swords things. But I just feel to be tortured like that is unimaginable.
yeah, there are people out there, unfortunately, that could do that, but I don't think you or I would be mentally capable or emotionally capable of doing that kind of harm.
No, I mean you can do like sometimes, as I say, like you can hurt someone simply because there's no other choice, and it wasn't that you wanted to hurt them, but it was just the situation was going to hurt them and you had to get it over with or something like that. I see that in the Three of Swords, and it's still not nice.
No,
But
but it's there.
that is unnecessary. That is uncalled for. That is evil. That Three of
Yeah,
Swords, I think.
I have to agree with you. That was brutal. Just
Yeah.
the visuals, their use of color, mm, just powerful, powerful
Yeah.
deck.
I think it is strong as well because the card itself is black and white, and then you just get this kind of like horrible kind of the
Yeah. Wow. That, yeah, as little as I liked that deck before we started these series, I'm starting to like it more and more because it's such a powerful, the visuals are so powerful.
yeah.
Yeah, got
Yeah.
me wanting a new one. Ugh.
Going back to the Rider-Waite, there, I mean, we don't do health readings, but I do think the Rider-Waite Three of Swords could sort of indicate physical heart. It should be mentioned, shouldn't it? Whoops, I've just dropped my phone again. Sorry.
It looks like
Yeah,
you just go poof, flying
sorry.
up in the
Gives you a
air.
heart attack. Giving you a heart attack. But I do think it can indicate like heart surgery, that sort of thing. And let's just say, here you go. Let's just say that someone was saying, "What could I do for a job?" And that came up. You could say, "Have you thought of becoming a surgeon?" You
Yeah.
could. That would be reasonable to say that with that card.
Absolutely. And going back to, we don't do health readings. Like if somebody comes to me and says,
No.
Sharon, do I have cancer or do I have a heart disease? I'm saying, you can go to your doctor and ask. I'm gonna say that. But if
Yeah,
I am
exactly. Yeah.
doing a reading and something jumps out at me health related, I am the messenger. I'm getting the message to relay the message. I don't want to scare the hell out of my client, but I do want to say, hey, you might want to go get a physical. Or I might say, when's the last time you had a physical? Something really not alarming to see if they will get to the doctor. But there might be something here. Go check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if I'm being given
But I
that
don't want to kind of
message,
like, I don't want to terrify people every time the Three of Hearts comes up. Three of
but
Hearts.
every time it comes
Three of
up, you
Swords
wouldn't
comes
be
up.
seeing it as heart,
No,
heart.
no, no, no,
But
no,
if it
no.
hits you that
But
way, yeah.
I have had people at uni come to me saying, I don't know whether I should do medicine, like say for my PhD. I don't know whether I should do medicine or engineering or something like that. And if I got the Three of Swords come up, I might kind of say, I think you do really well at medicine, even like surgery, the heart, maybe the heart surgery, but just that would indicate medical to me. If that was the
Absolutely.
question, I think the Three of Swords would be a really good card to answer that. That's kind of what I'm saying.
Two of Cups too. But Three
Yes, I
of
think that
Swords,
would be more
absolutely.
medicine. That would be more medicine. Whereas maybe it's more sort of science, biology, or something like that for the Three of Swords. But yeah, you're
Yeah.
right about the Two of Cups.
Yeah.
Or the Temperance could be medicine. Yeah.
Pharmacists.
So yeah. So actually, perhaps we haven't done the card complete justice. It does have some other possibilities.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, any more that you want to kind of say on that lovely, happy note? I'll leave you with that image of the
Oh God,
wild
I
unknown
know.
Three of Swords.
That's a valid, big image.
So yeah, if anyone kind of like if anyone's got a positive experience of the Three of Swords that they've kind of had in a reading, please let us know. Like, definitely kind of like leave a message, share with us. We have actually got a nice Facebook group called the Pomegranate Grove Lounge, where, you know, people, you know, please come and join the Facebook, the Pomegranate Grove Lounge, where there's a lot of tarot chat amongst other things. And yeah, and we're looking for sort of like-minded people to kind of trigger some good conversations in there. So yeah, marvelous. Well, thank you very much. And next time, Sharon, we can do that nice restful Four of Swords. I don't thought you were there.
I thought I was there.
I thought you were there, but not on this occasion.
I was skipping ahead to hell with the Three of Swords, right?
Yeah. See you the next time.
Bye.
Bye for now.